anything. You can unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, boss.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, my question is, I want to know if this support and resistance is actually a strategy that some people trade. Is it a strategy or something that we need to know?
Yes, actually, it's a strategy that some people trade. Do you understand? But then it's not going to be this thing. It's not going to. That's like it's not a strategy that you would trade here. Do you understand? The main reason why I thought support and resistance is because I want you to, when we get to entries and putting it all together and all of that, I want you to use it as a confluence, right? When we get to demand and supply, you understand better. So I just thought it as a confluence, but it's not like it's a strategy that you get your entry, your targets, or your stop losses from, like you just say support and resistance zone, and then you just like take it by yourself. So it's going to be more of a confluence than a strategy. Do you understand that? Are you clear? Cynthia, I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. I understand.
Samson, good evening.
Yeah, good evening and good evening, everyone. So my question is on bearish and bullish engulfing candlestick. So a lot of people trade with that strategy, and I wanted to ask, is it possible identifying bearish and bullish engulfing candlesticks on 3 time frame? Like when you go to 1 hour time frame, you're able to see it. And when you go to a 15-minute time frame, you're able to see it. And when you go to a 5-minute time frame, you're still able to see it, depending on the time frame you're trading with.
Okay, so bearish and bullish candles are on all time frames. You agree with me that every of these time frames, if you look at my trading view, this is my trading view right here, you would agree with me that every of these sharp edges, right? Every of these time frames, whether, okay, I think somebody asked me before to change my candlestick color. So, should we do? Wait, I think this works now. This is red and green now, right? So back to what I was trying to tell you. You agree with that every of these time frames, what they have in common is that they both have what bullish and bearish candlesticks. So no matter the time frame you go to, what actually makes this price action is candlesticks. Do you understand? Even if this is 4 hours time frame now, if I decide to go as low as the 1 hour time frame, what's going to happen? You still see what? You still see candlesticks there. So you can identify these candlesticks on every time frame. Do you understand? You can see this is even 5 minutes time frame now. This is the 5-minute time frame. You can still see your bullish and your bearish candlesticks. So bearish and bullish candlesticks, they are not a trading strategy. Right? It's not like once you see a bullish candlestick, you start buying. Although people that trade candlesticks, they use these candlesticks as well. They like take it as a, would I say, a projection. More like when they see like the pin bar, they start looking for what, start looking for sales. When they see this, they start looking for this and that, right? But then it's not what you personally you're trading. The main reason why I taught you candlesticks anatomy is so that you'd be able to identify it, not so that you're able to take entries from it, right? If you look at this now, these 2 candlesticks here, that's this one and this one. This one here and this one here, the 2 of them, right? If you look at this now and somebody asks you now, is this a bearish engulfing? You would be definitely be able to say no, because why? The bearish engulfing should have engulfed from the right, right? So these are the reasons why you're learning these things, to be able to identify this candlestick. Somebody says, okay, I'll mark out the other block from the bullish engulfing candlestick. You would know what to do, right? It's not just that like you're learning it so that you'll be able to know how to, apply them into your trading, but not because when you now see a bullish engulfing, you just like click on buy all of that. They're not trading strategies. They're just added confluences. I don't know if that answers your question, Samson. Okay, I think the ones are done already. Still also, good evening. You gotta meet yourself.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, boss. Bye.
Okay, so I want to ask, in a chart, let's say you are seeking to buy, for instance, and then you see you see a hammer candlestick, and then after the hammer, and that hammer candlestick is has a red body. I know you said color doesn't matter when it comes to doji and hammer, but I'm getting somewhere. And then the next candle that follows it is a bullish green candle. Can I say, okay, I can use both that hammer and that green candle as a bullish engulfing candlestick this thing?
Are you calling?
Hello?
Yeah, I said, can you come again?
Okay, so I said, can I use like a bullish green candle on the right, and then to the left of it there is a candle that looks like a hammer candle, but it's red.
Green candle. What candlestick is that?
Like I'm trying to explain bullish engulfing. Like if it's possible, if there is a bullish candle on the right, and then on the left of it there is a small red candle that also has the shape of a hammer candle. Yeah. Can I say that is a bullish engulfing?
Okay, on the right you have what? A bullish candlestick.
A bullish candle, yes.
On the left you have like a hammer candlestick.
Exactly.
Now, bullish candlestick engulfing the smaller one.
Yes.
Then it is a bullish engulfing. You have to understand that no matter what types of candlesticks that these things are, whether they are hammer, pin bars, engulfings, haramis, the tweezers, no matter the type of candlestick that it is, at the end of the day, you can group them into two, which is what they are either bearish or they are bullish. Do you understand? So you can have let me say, you can have a candlestick engulf a doji. You understand? And it is what? It will still be a bullish engulfing candlestick. You can have it can just be anything. I don't know if you don't understand what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. So it can be, at the end of the day, these candlesticks can be different, but you're not going to categorize them into bullish or bearish. So a bullish candlestick can engulf a doji, can engulf a pin bar, can engulf and hammer. Like, it can just be anything. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So it can be different of candlesticks. At the end of the day, they only boil down to whether bullish or bearish. Are you clear? Okay, I think you're mute. Are you clear now? Before I talk it down.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. So good evening, Prince. Can you hear
me? Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
All right, go ahead, please.
Okay. My question is this: you made mention of you already understood.
Can you be a bit more audible? I'm struggling to hear.
Okay, you talked about support and resistance, right?
Yes.
Now, again, there is also demand and supply. Please, I want to understand if actually supply and demand, this support and resistance is also the same thing as supply and demand, or they are different stuff. Are they the same?
Can you take that question again, please?
You talked about support and resistance. So I want to understand if actually support is also the same with demand, and then resistance is also the same with supply.
Okay. No, I would say no. Now, although we've not gotten to demand and supply, I'll just answer this question to you, right? But because it's somehow related to what I was saying. Now, there are two types of demand and supply zones. There's something called a range-created supply zone, and there's something called a pivot supply zone. Then there's a range-created demand zone, and there's a pivot demand zone. Do you understand? Now, you see those range-created, and most of the times they are created by support zones, which means that support zones can actually create an area of demand when price that eventually breaks out. See those types of prices that rejecting to the upside whenever it taps that supply. Some of the times that it does that is actually creating demand zones. Do you understand? And also when price that gets to an area of resistance and it rejects to the downside, you understand? Some of those rejections actually create areas of supplies. So it's not like supply zones are the same as resistance zones, but supply zones can be created from resistance zones. Also, it's not like demand zones are the same thing as was support zones, but demand zones can be created from an area of support. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand now. Thank you.
Yeah. So, good evening, doings. I don't know who that's correct. Can you hear me? You can talk now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Good evening. So my question is, just like the first girl asked, but mine is that, let's say for example now in a support zone, price have tested it like 3 times. Then on the 4th time it breaks, then comes back to that support zone, then moves to the upside. You said that we are going to discuss something like that in the future when it comes to breaker blocks and reclaim blocks. Yeah. So, but can we still call it like a forced breakout, or is that nothing entirely?
No. Automatically, that area is no longer an area of support, right? Except that area, like the new price action now, can actually create 3 touches. Like, you understand? It has to do it again for it to answer that a support has been created. But immediately a support breaks out, most of the time people just wait for a retest. Do you understand? But it's not like it breaks out and then you come back again to wait for that level to still be a support zone. Most of the times you just take position on that. Do you understand?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Crypto conscious. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Can I go on?
Yeah, of course I can.
Okay, so please, I just want to confirm my understanding of what you taught about support and resistance yesterday. So for this support, like you said, so after multiple areas of support, and let's say the support gets weak, what happens is that the prices goes down, and for resistance, the prices goes up when it can no longer resist it.
Yes. When the support zone can no longer be, like when it can no longer hold price will now go below it. Do you understand? You know, it's just like I gave an example yesterday. I likened the support zone to like your supportive friend who is always there for you, right? Whenever you start feeling down, that person is always trying to cheer you up. When you start feeling sad, that person is always trying to help you feel better or all of that, right? So that type of friend, the supportive friend, right? But imagine a case scenario whereby that person can no longer be there for you. Let's assume you guys have a fight or you guys fell out or something, right? When you're feeling low, automatically that person can no longer help uplift your mood, right? So whenever these support zones can no longer support price back up, what happens? Price actually goes below them. The same thing for the resistance zone. Whenever they can no longer reject price actually goes above them. Do you understand? Who was that? Okay, put on chest. Sorry. I lowered your hand instead. I'm sorry about that. Sakimba, good evening. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
And good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, please. Mine is not like a question; it's a suggestion. You know, originally we have a lot of people on the station. We have newbies, we have intermediates, and we have semi-professionals, right? So I think people that are asking advanced questions, should hold till when we get to that stage.
Yeah, I think.
For instance, a newbie may not really understand what demand and supply is. Let them still build their momentum gradually so that people won't confuse them with questions that are not even up to their standard, please. So they should just ask a question on the basis of the current teachings and keep whatever question they have in the advanced stage so that they won't mix up with people. Thank you.
All right. So what you said is what I keep on emphasizing on, right? I understand that a lot of people here are probably not new to trading. I know a good number of you that are not new to trading, right? And I know so many others as well that are newbies. I mean, newbies as far they're just learning of trading. Maybe late last year or this year, their first tutor or mentor, right? So which means that all of you cannot be carried along, just jump the beginner's phase to whatever. And that is why I started from the beginning, right? From candlesticks, from this, from that, right? So definitely for those intermediate and advanced traders, we'll definitely get to where you want us to get to, right? Whatever made you come here, we're definitely going to get to that. As at Monday now, as for Monday, which is our next class, we're meeting again on Monday, we're going to start market structure, which is like the beginning of the advanced mentorship, right? Which is like the main part of the mentorship now, kicking off, end of introductions. So you'll be very sure that by that Monday, what do they call it? By that Monday, everything will kick off just fine. So if you have any questions on what was taught today, the question should be what related to what was taught today. All right. So I don't know, since your hand is up again, let me Raphael, good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Yeah.
I have a question, and let me just paint a bearish scenario, like a bearish engulfing candle. Now let's assume the candle that is being engulfed, right? The bearish engulfing candle itself didn't cover the eye. You know, a bullish candle, the let's say it's rigged. Then the next candle engulfing it didn't cover the eye of the previous candle, but covers it's engulfed the low. Is it still
Can you start that question afresh?
valid? I don't know if you understand the picture I'm trying to paint, the scenario I just painted.
I don't come again.
Okay, I said let's assume a bearish candle, a bearish engulfing candle engulfs a previous bullish candle, but this time it didn't engulf the upper part of the candle, it only engulfs the lower part before it starts selling. I'm asking if that bearish engulfing candle is still valid.
Did the body of the candlestick engulf the bullish one?
Yeah, it engulfed the bullish, but it didn't cover the wick of the previous.
Do you know the meaning of an engulfing candle? Do you know the meaning of for something to engulf something? It means that it covered it. So my question is, did it cover it, yes or no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it covered the lower part, but it didn't cover the eye of the previous candle. I sent you a DM, though, probably a more pictorial example, if you can check it after the class.
All right, send it, let me see. Or you can send it to the question part of the sample book. Let me just see what you're talking about visually. All right, okay. So it covered the low, but then it didn't cover the high. Yes. It's still a bearish engulfing. Do you understand? I think somebody just sent me what you're talking about. Yes, it's still a valid bearish engulfing candlestick. Okay. Okoli Obioma. Good evening, John. You gotta meet yourself.
Hello. Good evening.
So please, can you be a bit more audible?
Hello.
I can hear you, but can you be a bit more audible?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello? Oh, okay. I just want to ask, when will the class start already now? Because what these questions we are asking now, sorry for being too mean in my submission. These questions are what was explained in the recorded session. I think we can just save ourselves this time by just going
So just allow me.
over the recording again. And they said initially, you said, okay.
Alright. So this week was supposed to be an introduction week actually, but then I was able to, I think yesterday I was supposed to skip yesterday's class, but then we had support and resistance yesterday and we finished it yesterday, right? But then I saw a couple of questions on the group, which I want to make sure that people are following, like they understand, before I move into the advanced parts. Because if someone is still struggling with knowledge of candlesticks and support and resistance, then what's the assurance that they do very well when it comes to advanced market structure? So it's just like me taking the last day of this introduction to ensure that they are following up. Do you understand? Definitely. Like that's what today is for. It's not like you're supposed to do something else today, right? So it's Monday, moving into market structure properly. But before we move into market structure, I just want to ensure that every question on the basics and introduction has been cleared, right? And that is why. Cynthia, I don't know if your name is Cynthia, but Cynthia something. You can talk now.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. This is the main question I wanted to ask, but I forgot. Thank you so much. Okay, my question is concerning the candlestick. The candlestick that you taught us is for, I want to ask, is for confirmation in maybe in your zone, right?
Not yet. So when we get there, then we talk about that. I'm just teaching you how to identify them. I'm not taught what to use it for.
Okay. My question now is, can those candlesticks still be broken? Like after giving us bearish engulfing and bullish engulfing candles, can it still be broken? Like, can it still be validated?
Validated as well. Are they set us?
Like after giving the bearish engulfing candle, maybe one bullish candle will still come and
yes, one bullish candle can come
and break it.
It's not breaking. There's nothing breaking this. See, the truth is that this market is made up of bullish and bearish candles, which are like the emotions of traders. I told you that at every time that you're trying to buy, there's a trader somewhere that is trying to sell, right? So it's made up of constant buying and selling. So you can have markets create a bullish engulfing and right after create a bearish engulfing candlestick. Like those can happen. Those things can happen. That is why sometimes you can have like a bullish engulfing candlestick as what you're mapping out as your order block, right? Maybe when you get to like entry and all of that. And what mitigates your entry can now be like a pin bar or a hammer rejection or anything. So it's being created randomly. It's not like when you want to see a bullish engulfing, no other type of candlestick can come next to it. Are you clear? All right. So don't choose. I think you're muted already. So just go ahead.
Good evening, Ma. Concerning the support and resistance, I wanted to ask, for us to mark our support resistance zone, does there have to be like a break of structure? Then we mark out the zone that the price rejected to multiple times, or we can just mark out anywhere we see multiple rejections to a particular zone. before to identify our support or
Yes, so
resistance.
anywhere you see multiple rejections, like when you have the zone that has constantly rejected price like 3 times minimum, that is an area of support. That's an area of resistance, sorry. Then the one that has constantly sent price back up is an area of what? An area of support. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Okay,
actually,
okay,
go ahead.
Masood, like a break of structure does not necessarily have to occur.
No. I talked about that. I showed you guys examples yesterday. Some of the rejections, it's just that the rejections must be significant. You understand? It must be a valid rejection. Like you can see this and say that okay, when price tapped here, it actually went down. But it doesn't have to break the previous low. It's not like you must put in a new break of structure, right? Before it's a valid rejection. But it just has to be a significant rejection, but does not have to break structure. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma. Right. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Good evening, Kara. You can meet yourself. Sorry, is this people or something?
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Please, I want to ask you a question. When you were talking about candlestick anatomy, you gave us just bearish and bullish engulfing, doji, timber, and hammer. So, other types of candlestick patterns, are they insignificant, like learning from you, or these are just the ones that are going to?
Okay, are they insignificant? No. There are other types of candlesticks. You have the tweezers, morning star, evening stars, and the rest of them, right? There are other types of candlesticks. But the purpose, like the main reason or what I focused on is the ones that you would be using, the ones that are of importance, right? You can see these candlesticks on the charts and you may not even need to know their names to know what they are. But the ones that I'm emphasizing on, that I will still emphasize on subsequently when we get to certain topics, are the ones that I'm focusing on. I told you that in the purpose of this class, you're learning far and wide, of course, but you're going to be focusing majorly on what you would use. I don't know if you get what I mean. Are you clear, Karen?
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Good evening, Chuka. Are you trying to mute yourself?
All right, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. It's going to be quite difficult asking what I want to ask without making a sketch, but I'll try my best. So I'm building on 2 questions that were asked. One was asked yesterday and this. I said I'm building on 2 questions that were asked previously. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so one was asked yesterday and one was asked, I think, 5 questions ago by Doings. So it's about the size of the rectangular block. So the person asked yesterday that, okay, like, what's like the size? Does the size matter? Because if you look at when you were marking your support resistance zones, some of the rectangles had more width than, will I say more size than the others? And then Doings asked something. He said, at what if it breaks out and then comes back in? We now said that there must be 3 more touches again. You understand what I'm saying? Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, so my question is, hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, so how do you, because like I said, some of the rectangles are wider. So then how will you know which one is like a breakout and has violated the previous zone? Because for example, like not all the touches are actually symmetrical.
Okay.
Some are higher than, some are lower than. You understand what I'm saying? So how do you now know, okay, this one has already broken out?
Were you in yesterday's class?
Yes, I was, and I watched the record. I came late, but I watched the recording.
Okay, but you heard me, somebody asked this exact question, and when I answered it.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't clear. He asked that question about the size of the rectangle.
All right, so here's how you mark it out. When you've seen a particular zone, the price has respected 3 times. Now, it's not like the 3 times will be equal highs. It's not like when price, like the same level that price tapped on A and B and C is the same thing. Like, there must not be like equal highs, but they should be very related, like closely related. The distance should not be much. Do you understand? You would definitely definitely let's let me go to the chart and show you something. Now, if you look at what is happening here, as at this point here on the chart, I have this first high, I have the second high, I have this third high. And you agree with me that this third high and this fourth high, they are not necessarily on the same level. Do you understand? And this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not necessarily on the same level, but they are very closely related. Do you understand? So they are this, I can map this out as an area of what? An area of resistance. Do you get? Mapping out from this highest one here. Yes, exactly. Or even starting from yourself, you can see that there is this highs there. There are also resistance highs, right? If you look at what happened here,
Exactly.
particular zone that price keeps retesting from, right? So mapping out from the week of this particular candlestick, that is where price keeps what? Price keeps retesting from. So it's not like these highs are what? They are in the same level, but they are what? They are very closely related. This is the highest point here. This is a high. This one is what? Higher than the rest. Do you understand? So it's when price takes out this particular range now, that is when you say that what? It has finally what? It has finally broken out of the resistance area. Do you get? So they have to be very closely
So
related.
taking it out.
And then you map out in a way that it includes all of them.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So by taking it out, you mean it must be significant? Must be significant,
yes,
move.
You know when something breaks through something, it definitely has to be significant.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Right. So good evening, Joe. I can hear you.
All right. Good evening. Thank you so much. So I wanted to ask, because I actually was in the class yesterday.
Right.
Then I also went through the recording. So for the resistance stroke support zone, we know that you said something about the rule of 5, where it has to consistently respect zones and all. But I want to ask, if it breaks through, if for example price breaks through, say for example 1, 2, 3 resistance, or say maybe even 4, and it doesn't hit the 5, because I feel like we can have exceptions to the rules where maybe some of these resistance zones, so support zones, do not even count up to the 5, or maybe they count up to 3, or they count up to 4, and then maybe suddenly, I'm not sure, they still break through that particular resistance support zone. So what if they come back and then they try to pull again, and then they now still respect the support stroke resistance zone? What will happen in this case?
So that can happen. But what I want you to understand or remember is that the moment the support or resistance zone is broken, it is no longer a support or resistance zone. You start looking out for price to create maybe new levels of support or new levels of resistance. Do you understand? So the moment it breaks it, whether it comes back or not, it's no longer a debate. You have no business with it again. Do you understand? Because there are high chances that when it comes back, it may not respect that level again. There are some times that it may respect it, right? But then what about the times that it doesn't? Are you going to just tell yourself take a loss on it or something? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So the moment it's broken, whether it's broken on the third or fourth or whatever, it's no longer your business.
Okay. So what I'm asking is situations where it breaks it, it comes back and then respects it.
How many times did they respect it?
Maybe 2, 3 times again.
Exactly. If you respect it 2 to 3 times, 3 times again, then yes, it is now a valid support again.
Okay, so in this kind of situations, you probably say that maybe the market is being sketchy, and then it's best to stay out of the market in such situations.
Yeah. In the moment price takes out an area of support or resistance, right? That particular zone has been invalidated. But then if it comes back again to give you 3 more touches now, it has created a new level of support and resistance. Do you understand? A new level. I don't even think we should attach it to the previous one again. I don't know if you get what I mean. So that now becomes where you're not looking at your buy or sell buyers or whatever. Do you understand?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome. Shuka, please make it fast. Okay, hear you. No. I think you're gonna meet yourself. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so someone asked the question earlier about the related demand zones and supply zones with support zones and resistance zone. Then you gave an answer, but I didn't hear you very well. So I wanted you to just go over it again.
I don't want to repeat it because of the father of not getting there. So maybe after the recording, I will go through. So I don't continue.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Put on chairs. It's come in 100 times. What's your question?
Yeah, okay, good evening. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask that one again. So, my question is on the anatomy of the candlesticks you showed us back then. I understood most of them except hammer and pin, but I thought I understood it. But when you told us that each of them can come in different colors, I got a bit confused. Please, is it possible for you to show me how to identify them on the chart again? Because I thought I understood them, but it's a bit confusing now.
I don't understand. To show you what exactly?
How to identify the hammer and the pin bar candlestick?
It's we had a class that showed most of this now. Let's see. Let's focus on examples. So this is a good example of the hammer candlestick. Sorry, I think my voice is a bit low. All right. So this is a good example of the hammer candlestick. This one here now. You can see that. And then for the pin bar, this is a good example of the pin bar. I told you that you can recognize them by their sharp rejections. You understand? So this is the pin bar. This is the hammer. Are you clear?
Okay, I'm clear now. Thank you.
All right. I think coming to our left, 4 people. So Michael, good evening. You can meet yourself.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Quiet, yeah, just quiet.
All right. So yesterday after the class, was it yesterday our last class actually? So I went to the chart to check out the support and resistance level. So I was just flipping around. I was flipping around. So I found I was on 4-hour time frame. So I found out that there are some what they call support and resistance level that took like 2 to 3 months. So I was like, does this still valid if you are still on the same line? So that's my question.
Yeah.
And if they took like 2-3 months, does it still valid?
No matter how long it takes, so long as they never pass into that zone, they reject. It's still valid. You understand?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Obi, good evening. Thank you, Obi.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me? Okay, yes. When we spoke about pips and a point, where you said 10 pips is equivalent to a point. So at this particular section where someone asked a question concerning gold, calculating the pips, gold pips. Do you understand? So then you said after everything, you said you get back to that particular topic in calculating gold pips. So since then, I haven't seen anything.
I want to the market has not opened. I think
Yes.
So on Monday, at the close of the market session, I will do that. I'll go back to the basic.
Okay, no problem. I'm waiting.
No problem. Good evening, Adeze, I think. All right, good right now.
So good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, boss.
Good evening. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Someone asked about the resistance. I think maybe last 3 people. I don't know. So you were trying to map out the resistance for the person. Please, sorry, can you just go back to the trading view so I can get my question very clearly to you? So where you map out the resistance zone, so that's why I wanted to emphasize. Yeah, I think so. So when you were taking the class yesterday, you said when we are trying to map out some points, like trying to point out the resistance zone, you said if there is no significant price rejection, we can't take that point as a rejection zone. So when you are trying to map out some points here, I see that this the third one, the rejection is not that much. Can we say that point also, price is rejecting at that point also? Like the rejection is not that much there.
The third one?
I don't know if you get what I'm trying to.
This one here?
Yeah. Yes. From
This
the second one to the third one, like the rejection between them.
Okay, like this rejection to pay this one.
Yeah.
It was significant now. This is although this is like the 5 minutes time frame. So let's say like just like the 4 hours, this particular move would have been a lot. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually significant.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. So the last person, Okafor, if you may, good evening. You can meet yourself. You're gonna meet yourself. All right, hands down. So I think that's it for the questions here. Now, something happened. I think a lot of people were not able to join the call today. Please and please, I think Stan has announced this so many times, right? If you are on the call or if you want to join the call, please ensure you can see a lot of you can see my screen, which means that you can see usernames on the screen. These are people's usernames at this. The usernames here are their Telegram usernames, right? So the moment you're on the call and your Zoom username is not reflecting the same thing as the one on your Telegram bio, it's going to be an issue for the host, and that is why they keep removing. So please, before you join the call at any time, make sure that your Telegram username is the same thing as your Zoom username. Just edit it to do the same thing, so you don't have the issues of you being removed. The moment you are removed on the call, you won't be able to join that same day. That's what Zoom does, right? Whether it's a mistake or not, you won't be able to join. All right. So from on Monday, we're going to start something very new, right? Which is the market structure. We're going to start with market structure. It's a very important class. It is the beginning of our advanced class. All this is you'll be seeing their basics. So it's something that you shouldn't even miss, right? You guys should be ready 9 p.m. sharp with kicked off already, right? Because that's my exam week, so I won't even want to delay. 9 p.m. sharp with kicked off, so you have to make sure that you're in class. Questions that you have, maybe when studying or trying to identify things during the weekend, should be sent to the question book, but I'll try to attend to them as soon as I can. And just make sure, this Saturday and tomorrow Sunday, you do something on the chart. You can identify more of these support and resistance zones. You can identify more candlesticks. You have to just be as curious as you can be. Try to practice everything that I've been taught step by step, right? And then I'll see you guys again on Monday. For those that have their hands still raised up, just ask the question of the question because you're here was talking to
Yeah, please, I want to say something.
All right, please go ahead.
For the question, I keep on deleting answers, people that answer questions. Please, there are a lot of persons dropping questions, and there is a reason they drop questions in that group. For the tutor or the admins, if they can, please and please do not take the question, do not answer the questions. Allow the admins to answer at least, so that the person will be very clear on whatever questions they are asking. I mean, if you take these questions and then, because someone answered a question and it was so wrong, I had to delete it and I answered the correct one, and he said he thought, please don't just answer because you thought this is right. Just allow the admins or allow staff to answer the question, please. I don't know, I wouldn't want to restrict anybody from that group. So please, let's just adhere to this simple instruction. Please.
Right, so Stan, you can end the recording if you're recording so that I can end the call. You guys have